toured the Fringe festivals extensively, but this is his first time performing at the Montreal Fringe. But he's here performing a script with a very strong pedigree.
Yeah, this is very interesting. This is an established fringe artist who is doing the script of another established fringe artist. In fact, he's performing a script from someone who might be the most established fringe artist.
Yeah, he is the closest the Fringe will probably ever have to having a celebrity.
Well, I already said that about Jim Rose.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's still performing in Montreal.
Right, yeah, and who is Canadian.
Right, yes, okay.
Yeah. This man who wrote the script is Canadian. The man who's performing it is
Probably Canadian.
probably Canadian. The show is called
Tired Cliches.
Please welcome to the stage Alex Eddington, everybody.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, how's it going? I think I broke your mic stand here.
No, it's just made that way.
Okay. Here, I'll just hold it.
You're wearing a Manitoba shirt.
I sure am.
Yeah, let's hear it for Manitoba.
Manitobans in the house say what?
Okay.
There we go. Okay, this thing's gonna hold now. Cool. I can relax. All right.
So Alex, you've toured the Fringe before, but always with your own material.
Yeah.
So
Did you get lazy?
Did I get lazy? Good question. I just wanted to do something different. I didn't want to actually tour this year, and I was really busy writing my first full-length play for something else. I had a residency at Tarragon Theatre in Toronto, so I knew that was going to be on my plate. So I just didn't want to write a Fringe show.
Yeah.
oh, the Fringe show.
Fringe show. There was no time.
Yeah, no.
I was busy.
And I mean, well, in choosing another show to put on, you've chosen a pretty wonderful script.
It's the first show that TJ Daw brought to Montreal.
Yeah, it was his first hit. He toured it in 1998, 1999. He brought it back in 2005 a little bit in some cities as well.
I know, but what's your? I know you're both established Fringe artists, but what's your connection to TJ? Like, how did you guys meet?
Well, I met him on the Fringe circuit. Started trying to sit with him in the beer tent, and sometimes he'd reject my approaches. Sometimes he'd let me sit there. But I finally talked to him. It was Ottawa Fringe 2007, 2 years ago. Talking in the beer tent, and I was trying to sound cool, introduce myself to him. Thinking, okay, what can I say that's interesting? I would say, hey, TJ, I'm Alex. I really admire your work, and I'm not actually a theater artist. I'm actually trained as a musician. I'm a composer. And he got really excited because TJ loves music. We have that in common. And he said, oh, you're a composer. I have this enormous box of nose flutes. Do you want any nose flutes?
I'm sorry. But he never. Wait, you gotta slow down. No.
What's a nose flute?
I didn't manage to bring one with me today. It's a flute you actually blow through your nose, and you change the pitch by handing your mouth cavity side. It's very simple.
TJ Daw is such a pothead.
Yes.
This is important to know. Last year at this very show, he gave out pot cookies to the entire audience. That's for real.
So this was your first conversation with him. He said, I have nose flutes. What can you do with that?
Yeah, and he never gave me any. Actually, it was just I think he was just trying to get to know me somehow. Weird.
Wow.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
And now here you are performing his script.
Yeah.
Solid nose flute.
Wait, I like this. Let's all assume that TJ Daw's way of getting to know people is by like, hey, I've got a big box of nose flutes. You want to go, play the nose flute?
Absolutely. But then he doesn't follow through. He can't commit.
Yeah, that's just like a boss.
It's typical. It's totally typical. That doesn't quite explain why I'm doing this show. He did Totem Figures last year. Totem Figures, if you saw, it was kind of a wrap-up of his career in a lot of ways. And when I heard the rumor that he was not going to be touring this year, I was like, hey, I'm curious. I've always liked his stuff. As a composer, it excites me because interlocking monologues and accelerators. It's musically exciting. Even if he was speaking gibberish, they'd still be awesome shows.
Yeah.
So I emailed him and said, hey, TJ, can I perform the Slipknot? This is his most famous show from 2002. And he said no, because it's too personal. And he sent me Tired Cliches, which I'd never heard of, but I loved it more and more and more, and here I am.
Amazing. Would you like to give us a piece from?
Yeah, I'm going to do what might be the most serious, sublime excerpt from the show. It's, you know,
Oh, please.
to write it, he had to actually meditate for a year on top of a mountain with a dramaturgical staff on call.
This is the key to fringe success, by the way. Just everybody take notes, the artists in the audience.
It's maybe his most studied thing. I've got to do a little warm up before I do this.
Okay, and you need one of these?
Rufus is...
Oh, excellent. Thanks,
I'm
Rufus.
just going to do a roll down.
Oh, Rufus, you can get me a beer when you're done with that.
You ready?
Just gonna work?
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm getting character.
Fuck you! You know, what an odd phrase. I mean, how many times have I heard it, said it, read it? Have I ever thought about it? Not once. So what does it mean? I mean, apart from what we all know it means, nothing! It's incomplete. It's like it's abbreviation for something. But what? I want to fuck you. I hope someone fucks you. I direct a fuck toward you. And what a phrase. What a phrase. It has such power, such punch. I mean, two people could be arguing about something very specific, topping each other, point for point, for point for point, approaching a logical conclusion based on the totality and the quality of the facts provided. And then, one of them just suddenly pipes up and says, "Oh yeah? Well, fuck you!" And they win. Both parties accept the superiority of this statement, unless the other person pulls out his wild card. No. Fuck you. Now the argument takes a sharp left and becomes about that. They do the fuck you variations, which if you think about it, and no one does, are all compliments. Fuck you! No! Fuck you! Oh yeah? Well, you're a fucker? Compliment. Fucking guy? Compliment. Fucking dink? Big compliment. Well, I wouldn't have given to hear that when I was 14. Yeah, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Well, that's just bad grammar. It'd have to be fuck you and the horse upon which you rode in. Furthermore, it's totally out of date. Who rides in on a horse? People drive in cars, so it'd have to be fuck you in the car within which you drove in here. That's just a bit erudite and convoluted, but that is a compliment. Yeah, go fuck yourself! A wish that the person goes off and masturbates, an activity I rather enjoy, therefore, a compliment. Yeah? Yeah! Yeah, fuck off! The king daddy insult of them all. Fuck off. I would like you to go off somewhere and fuck someone. I rest my case. Thank you. Hey, Rufus, I got a mic for you here.
Alex, would you care to give our money wheel a spin?
Down?
Oh, and by the way, fuck you for that performance. That was excellent.
It was brought to you by Alex Eddington performing Tired Cliches. Thank you very much.
This next show is tomorrow at 9:15 at Venue 7, the Portuguese Association. You can go now.
Also, snow.